I am proud to speak on this issue, and I wish to state that I clearly support this bill going through to committee. And I'd like to review the preamble of this bill, the objectives. And it specifically states that this bill is to ensure secure, adequate, accessible, and affordable housing for Canadians. And frankly, I am shocked to hear that the Conservatives would not support that and they would vote against this bill. I just can't understand that as a Canadian. In terms of this bill, how can anybody argue against at least studying the establishment of a national housing strategy? That's all that would occur if it went to committee. Canadians need to know that the Conservatives don't even wish to study the establishment of a national housing strategy. That's unbelievable. We have here the proposal that there would be a conference between the federal government and provinces within 180 days in proposed paragraph 5. How could anybody vote against that? Why would we not come up with some ideas? There's one problem with this bill. It's the major problem with this bill. It should be a government bill. That's the problem with this bill. The government should be concerned about social housing and alleviating poverty in Canada. It shouldn't be up to a private member to have to put this forward. I find that shameful. On behalf of my own region, the region of Peel, I have a letter here from Peel Poverty Action Group. It's dated March 18, 2009. In my own region of Peel, the need for affordable housing in Peel region, which has the largest waiting list, 13,500 families, and the longest wait, more than 10 years, of any municipality in Canada. On behalf of the 13,500 families in the region of Peel that are waiting for affordable housing, I say shame on the Conservatives for not even wanting to study the possibility of a national housing strategy. They won't even let it go to committee so that we'll consider it. How's that even reasonable? Canadians need to know that they are opposing even thinking about helping people who need housing in Canada. Now, poverty and housing are related. Obviously, if people were not living in poverty, they wouldn't need affordable housing. So the first thing is, how do we fix that? But before we get to that, I would like Canadians to know, not only do the Conservatives currently oppose trying to study this issue and fix it, but they made it worse. This is all their cuts. Canadians need to know. In Budget 2006, the Conservative government cut $200 million of the $1.6 billion our party, the Liberals, had committed to affordable housing. Imagine how much better right now Canadians would be if that hadn't happened. On September 25, 2006, the Conservative government cut $45 million in the administration of CMHC programs. On May 8, 2006, the Conservative government cut $770 million from one of Canada's most popular, efficient, and effective programs designed to fight global warming, the Energy Guide program. There's more. I know it's quite unbelievable, but there's more. The Conservatives later reversed their decision to cut Energy Guide in February 2007, but did not restore the $550 million to help low-income households. More. December of 2006, the Conservative government announced that it would also cancel the SCPI program. All of that, and they pretend that they're actually trying to help. Yet they won't even study this issue in committee if they had their way. Well, if we had been elected last fall, things would already be better. The Liberal government had committed to the alleviation of poverty. We had a 30-50 plan, a well-thought-out plan to alleviate poverty by reducing 30% all Canadians living below the poverty line and 50% of all children. People would be better off. There wouldn't even be the same need for affordable housing going into the future if we had been elected. There were also additional tax measures. The Guaranteed Family Supplement to help 500,000 needy Canadians, giving them each $1,225 more per family per year. You're not seeing the Conservatives help people in that measure. In addition, income supports increase in areas like public transit, childcare, and social housing. Social housing. This is right from our platform. You have to understand that if the Liberal Party had been elected, we care. And this is exactly what would have happened. A Liberal government will tackle the housing crisis by helping to provide for 30,000 new social housing units and refurbishing another 30,000 existing units to make them more livable. As part of this commitment, we would also expand subsidies for dedicated units for low-income Canadians in federally funded cooperative housing. The Liberal Party would have renewed the residential rehabilitation program and the homelessness partnering initiative. And a Liberal government would help low-income families in terms of helping them with their energy bills, which would have had the double benefit of alleviating poverty and helping the environment. So, Mr. Speaker, what I say to you is, this platform that we ran on, if we had won the election, suffering would already be in the process of being alleviated, and when we win the next election, that's what will take place. We will work towards helping the people that need it. In the interim, I am proud to state that with respect to this private member's bill, I will be supporting it. It should go to committee. I do not understand how any responsible Canadian, regardless of political affiliation, would not at least wish to study the issue, to make recommendations, to bring in experts, to hear what they have to say, bring in poverty groups, and make some form of meaningful recommendation to the House for the benefit of Canadian society. I find it shocking that the Conservatives won't even let us consider making people's lives better. So on behalf of the people in the region of Peel, on behalf of all Canadians living below the poverty line, I am proud to state that I will be supporting the further study of this issue in committee, and I challenge all colleagues in this House to put aside their political affiliations and recognize that this is a serious problem of all Canadians and that they should at least study this in committee. Thank you very much.